Hi, this is Andy Collin and Chris Pomeroy from Growing Up Aspen, Adventures of the Unsupervised. We've started our third podcast series, Movie Chat, with a bunch of students that grew up in Aspen and have moved into the entertainment industry. And today we catch up with Darby Laswell and her husband, Kevin Symons. Darby worked on such things as House Hunters, Billy the Exterminator, and Kevin has been in many TV shows and movies, such as Parks and Recreations, and a lot of fun things. So let's catch up with Darby and Kevin and see what their journey has been like. Thanks.
Yeah.
So one of the things that helps promote film are the festivals and events that they put on. Have you guys gone to any? I mean, my career was Mill Valley. They launched me with one of my films. Denver International was another one. Have you guys been to any of those kind of events and soirees, and which do you like best?
I had a film that was doing the festival route for a while. I had one that was at the Newport Beach Film Festival. We had one that was at there was a couple of festivals here in LA. And it went to New York. I didn't go out to New York to do it, but I've been to several from small films that I've done, and a couple of big ones too that I did. Going to premieres, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I recently did a film with Damien Chazelle called Babylon, which is about the early days of Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
I loved that film. That was awesome.
Yeah. I had a nice scene with Brad Pitt.
Oh, that's cool.
Spoiler alert, he's really good looking.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie is who I was thinking of along those lines.
Those premieres are always really, really fun to go to. And I love film festival. When I lived in Toronto, I did it. My first series was shot in Toronto, and so I went to the Toronto International Film Festival every year that I was there, because it's huge, and I saw so much stuff. You'd pick and choose. You'd have the little squares of what's showing where, and I dove in. I loved it. It was great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Toronto is like it's North America. I think it's one of the bigger, I mean, Sundance is cool and all, but it's a little more independent in a way, whereas Toronto really is that world
Huge
thing.
Yeah, all over the city. It's great.
How about you, Darby? Have you gone to any of these?
You know what? Not to that I can recall for a long time. I've never been a film fest person. I don't. I also get really stuck in my ways, and if it's not Hitchcock, I'm not interested.
Yeah, Hitchcock is good.
We went to the Turner Classic Festival here
once.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
I don't know. The pandemic has sort of. We all have our pre-pandemic world, and this one now. Whoops! I keep the table.
Was that with Robert Osborne, or was that after he had passed away?
Robert Osborne was when we went the first time. Yeah. And then it was taken over by was it Mankiewicz that took over?
Okay.
Right.
So
yeah, he did a film fest out here for actually 3 years in a row, I think. But it was the Robert Osborne Film Festival, and same kind of thing. He would do the old films and then get the panel up there to talk about them and stuff.
yeah.
I'm a huge Peter O'Toole fan. He was my favorite actor ever, and they were showing Beckett.
Cool.
And then Robert Osborne also did a Q&A with him, which I was at, and it was pretty incredible.
We also saw a film fest with the Stuntman.
Yeah, we saw one with the Stuntman also.
Another Peter O'Toole film.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Peter
O'Toole's definitely one of those classic actors, Jimmy Stewart. I mean, he's in that category of sort of no one can replace him, and he did some pretty amazing roles.
Well, plus, we're talking directing favorite directors. David Lean is one of my favorite directors, and Lawrence of Arabia is
spectacular.
One of my favorite top 10.
As an actor, that's actually interesting. What films do you feel like where the actors really because cast makes a huge difference.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
a lot of times it's really the cast and like the Coen brothers, you can see those guys just every time they just connect really well with each other, you know.
Mhm.
Coen Brothers, Wes Anderson, they have that kind of ensemble
Yeah.
that just works so well.
I'm sorry, I know he's canceled, but Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those casts are amazing.
Well, that's true. That's true. His cast and the whole connection is really, it is amazing. And he does get it. He's got his regulars and he brings in some new folks, but it's kind of, yeah, it's cool. I feel like you shouldn't, I mean, the films, it's really about the films, I feel
Oh, of
like,
course.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Annie Hall, forget about
Oh,
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Manhattan, yeah, I mean, they're
oh
all
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
funny.
Crimes and
Like,
Misdemeanors. Angelica Houston, by the way. Crimes and Misdemeanors.
oh,
Speaking of
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. In fact, I think I saw that at Telluride.
such a
There,
good.
that was might have been one of the ones they were premiering. You know, it's
Yeah.
that's one thing that's cool about Telluride is you'll get studio films and then you'll get other ones, you know, that they're not quite sure about, but they kind of want to see how it plays. So they'll bring it, and it's kind of fun because you're part of that audience of whether things get picked up. Like Slumdog was a perfect example. Um, that was going straight
Yeah.
to DVD because he's a British dude doing a Bollywood film, and so
Yeah.
the industry people were like, you know,
What do we
you
do
know,
with this? Yeah.
and his buddy was on the board of Telluride and said, "Look, just give me the weekend. It's 4 days. It's a long weekend, but give me 4 days. If we don't get anything, then go ahead and sign the DVD release." And within the first day, he was talking deals, and people were even talking Oscars and all that stuff. And
Oh.
so it is festivals that can help pick the diamonds out of the rough, you know?
Hmm?
Yeah, and that really set him up as a top director, didn't it? If I remember.
Yeah, yeah. And he's done, you know, he's got a range of things that he does. You know, he did that, what, 27 hours or whatever it was, the one where the hiker
Oh,
got trapped out in the
Oh,
woods.
right. Oh, that's right. I
that
forgot
Franco,
about
James
Yeah,
Franco.
James Franco.
that.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy actually cutting back to Aspen. I want to say he worked at Ute City Bank Ute Mountaineer. I think it was in the movie actually where he had.
Oh, the guy that actually was the camper, the real dude.
Yeah, yeah, the
Oh,
guy
wow.
that didn't
Wow.
tell anybody he was going hiking. You know.
Note to self. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
So, I guess one thing that I wanted to do is there's a couple actors that are and people that are pretty common in Aspen, like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, Kevin Costner, Jack Nicholson when we were around there, you know, and uh, what's his name? The guy with the tan, George
Oh,
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
George Hamilton.
Yeah. Is there any of those actors favorite of those actors? Do you have any movies that would be your favorite of theirs?
Well, Angelica and Jack, that's what I'm
Yes,
calling
right.
it, down
Yes.
the street from us in the Victorian in the West End. So, you know, Crimes and Misdemeanors, she's so amazing and everything. But Jack, where do you end?
Chinatown. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
Chinatown is really classic. I mean, almost all his movies are classics, you know.
Yeah.
Cuckoo's Nest. One of my favorites was the Last Detail. I don't know if you ever saw that
Great
or not.
film. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
I think he was like 18 or something when they filmed that.
Yeah, I met
Great.
him once. I was doing a play. I was just out of college, and one of my first jobs was at the Los Angeles Theater Center. And I got cast in this incredible new play that was this cast was unbelievable. It was Bill Pullman, Bud Cort, Carol Kane, Philip Baker Hall, Tom Waits.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It had to have been a comedy, I'm guessing, right?
It was kind of a dramedy, yeah. And me and another couple of other actors in it, and I, pinched myself every time I went. And I was gaining my equity card, my union card, and all this sort of thing. But I was thrown into this wonderful, wonderful piece. And because Tom Waits was in it, we had a lot of celebrities come.
Right.
And I'll remember, I just forget peeking out of the, you see who's out there any given performance. And there's a little hole in the curtain, and I look out there, and there's Jack with his glasses on,
Yeah.
sitting with Harry Dean Stanton, and they threw a big party for Tom Waits because it was his birthday, and they had a big party. We were all there, and Jack was there, and I was coming out of the bathroom, and I played a gangster in the play. A lot of tics that gangsters have, and Jack sees me and goes, "Checking out the door, huh, man?" I was standing right at where the people going in and out of the bathroom, and that was just like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I have a Jack story too. Do you guys do we all have a Jack story?
Yeah.
We were selling I Love Skier basketball buttons for the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And this is only in Aspen can you do this.
Yeah.
We were going into bars for après ski.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jack was there with a friend, and we were like, "Will you buy a button?" And he had his glasses on and didn't say anything, but his friend bought some.
Yeah.
Nice.
He actually, I believe he helped put Ty, Bear, and Jesse when they went to school. He helped out a little bit. So I mean, he actually helped in the community, which is interesting. A lot of people, they just do their own thing and do their own stuff, but he actually did sort of. I mean, Darlene, I think, was friends with Jack. But it's interesting. I mean, I feel like some of these guys really do they're famous, but they're also people.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Growing Up Aspen. Glad you enjoyed that last little blast, and I hope you stick around for a few more. We want to, the authors of Growing Up Aspen, Adventures of the Unsupervised would like to thank you and ask you to, if you're interested, you can check out our book at twistandturnpress.com, or any local bookstore can order our book. So we will talk to you soon and hear more from some of our friends. Thanks.